I was an entertainer, just like Dusty was an entertainer, and he was a babyface, and I was an entertainer, and it was a natural entertainer. And with my promos and not being a hardcore heel like an Ivan Koloff, Russian Bear, type, or Baron von Raschke, a German, the stereotypical hated villain. I was superstar Billy Graham, the man of the hour, the man with the power, too sweet to be sour, and I would cut colorful promos and I would entertain people. And so it was almost hard to dislike me. And so all of a sudden signs started popping up, superstar this, superstar that, and I became a babyface champion. Even though I was wrestling, it was hard to wrestle other babyfaces because I was developing a real following, and it was because of my entertaining value that I added to the product. I wasn't a hardcore, old school heel type, the Koloffs and the Von Raschkes. New York was the fans were so into their wrestling. And by that time, I was so over with all of my rhymes and all of my persona and my personality that, and I was so accessible. I wasn't an Ivan Koloff on the streets of New York wouldn't have let a fan get near him because it was strictly, that was old school thinking. But I was just so, I enjoyed the fans and the fans enjoyed me, and I was accessible. And so once I became accessible, then the fans really started, coming towards me. And so the streets of New York, on that one series of photos that you're talking about, signing autographs was like the Pied Piper everywhere I went. And I jumped up on a cement a garbage can made out of cement and did that famous Times Square pose, ripped my shirt off posing in Times Square. They'd never seen anything like it. And it was really, really entertainment was what I was giving the fans. And they knew I was an entertainer, and I didn't try to hide being an entertainer. And so I was accessible, and I was fun. I was having fun with the fans. I wasn't being a heel of the fans. And so that just allowed more fans to come in. And that was my true calling. Yeah, my true calling was to be a...
Do you think you could have been, I've heard Vince McMahon say, you could have been Hulk Hogan if they had let you have
Yes.
the babyface run, but unfortunately it was still senior running it at that time. Do you think you could have really exploded and become a worldwide phenomenon if you had had the chance?
No question. I believe that. I sincerely believe that if I would have been given the push, and I'd talked to Vince Sr. one time about it, just once, with Ivan Koloff, and as my tag team partner in the locker room, I said, getting towards the end, when it was time to give the belt to Backlund, I said, Vince, do you realize that if you have Ivan Koloff turn on me in the Garden, do an angle where he turns on me and double crosses me, and we come back and have a match, I will be the hottest baby face other than Bruno Sammartino. I made sure I threw that in because it was true. Could not follow his legacy, and I made sure that they knew about that.
Actually, the thing about Bruno is he had a certain appeal to immigrants, and he really appealed to that New York territory where you had kind of a wide
universal
appeal.
Yeah, I had a universal appeal. Yeah, I crossed ethnic borders where Bruno was really New York was so ethnic bound that the Italians and everything, but I crossed all lines, I crossed all borders, and I had all types of fans. The black people loved the rapping and everything, and I told them, I said, just if you do it, I said we're gonna have a sellout after sellout after sellout. I said I'm going to be the hottest baby face other than Bruno Sammartino ever in this territory, and we're going to do nothing but big. And right before I give the belt to Backlund, right before the Monday night before I give the belt to Backlund, I have a match in Pittsburgh against Ivan Putski, a cage match, sellout, turn away 2,000-3,000 people. Friday night. Saturday night, Philadelphia cage match against Bruno Sammartino. Set the all-time attendance record for the Spectrum. Almost 20,000 people inside this Philadelphia Spectrum for the cage match. They were this far from the ring. They put the chairs up. You could barely walk to get into the ring. It had so many people there. All-time attendance record. And then the following Monday, I give the belt up. I'm coming off of 2 straight turnaway sell, and Philadelphia sellout was like they turned away maybe 5,000 people. They said it was on the news. Don't go near the Spectrum. Don't go near the Spectrum. On the local news, there's thousands of people trying to get in the Spectrum. It's been sold out for weeks, and now we have almost 5,000 people trying to get in the Spectrum. There's cars everywhere. There's traffic jams everywhere. Don't go near the Spectrum. And so all of this excitement and sellouts right before I had to give this thing to Backlund. And I'm saying,
it must have been incredibly frustrating for you.
yeah.